Hi, welcome back. So in this video, we are going to be covering background colors. Now, I know it's a little bit intimidating considering we've never actually done backgrounds before, but it's very similar to colors in the values that it uses. The only difference is what it's actually styling. So I'm going to be teaching you how to create backgrounds on your website. Now, obviously, we're not going to go all crazy and start creating backgrounds for everything because we haven't gotten into layout yet. And without layout, backgrounds aren't really usable because sometimes, especially with colors, it just doesn't really look that good. So what we're actually going to do is go through and just practice with our backgrounds for now. So the first thing I need to do is actually look for something to create a background on. And we all know what a background on text looked like. Now, we don't actually know why the background goes all the way to the edge yet. We haven't gotten into layout yet, but once we do, you'll know how to change that. For now though, I think it's really fitting to go through and style this whole page. So firstly, what selector do we need to use? Considering that we're trying to select everything, how are we supposed to create a background on every single item? Do we go through and select everything and add that background? Well, if we actually look at our HTML page, you can see that all of our text here is contained inside of our body tag. So the easiest way to select this, because again, there's only one of our body, we can just use an element selector. So I'm going to go ahead and select it with body. So usually you would actually put tags, element selectors at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Open up our block using those curly braces, and now we can add our background. So first of all, the property used to select and color backgrounds is called background color, but we're not actually going to use that because background is much easier considering that you can actually go and also select images and URLs instead of colors. It's much more flexible and I prefer using it over background color. So I'm going to go ahead and select that as my property. So from now, you can just go ahead and add your value. Similarly to color, you can use an RGB code, a hex code, or a CSS color even if you want. So I'm going to go ahead and set it as red and just warn your eyes because it's quite popping. So you can see that now our entire site has been styled red. Now obviously I don't want this. This doesn't really look very good. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this property for now. And we're going to go through and choose a color. So I would recommend choosing something a little bit light. So I'm going to go for about a light turquoise or light blue, something like this. So now I'm going to go ahead and copy my RGB code. And here I'm going to go ahead and add my background property and paste in my RGB code. Now if we go ahead and refresh the page, you can see we have this really nice light blue, which kind of fits in with our oranges. Now, because it's a little bit, it doesn't really look that good on this light orange, I'm going to go ahead and dampen it a little bit. So the easy way to do this with RGB is to just go ahead and drop all of the values. This way you stay in the same proportions, but you're just darkening everything. So I'm going to go ahead and darken our subtitles. So I'm going to reduce everything by 20 or so. So this becomes, let's just say 200, and this becomes 148. And obviously these don't have to be exact, and this can become 30. So these don't have to be exact, like I said, we're just darkening the titles. You can see that they got a little bit darker and it looks better on this color. All right, there we go. So that's pretty much how to style backgrounds. Now, you can go ahead and apply this to pretty much anything you want. So if I actually go ahead and style our subtitles with our blue background, obviously it won't look that good, but it works perfectly fine. So there we go. That's pretty much how to add color to backgrounds. And in the next video, I'm going to be teaching you how to actually change the type of background that you're using. Because obviously sometimes you want to actually change the background and use maybe a custom image, or you want to link to an image online. So I'm going to be teaching you how to do that in the next video. So let's just go ahead and refresh the page, keep that normal. All right, let's move on.